Paul, as a mortgage advisor, why did you choose to become an AFA rather than stick with just registered financial advisor designation when the rules changed?
Well, firstly, I made a commitment to myself with my clients foremost in mind that I didn't want to be left behind, Phil. I wanted to make sure that I could continue to give the advice that I had done previously. And my concern when regulations started to hit in and things like that, if I didn't take that step, would I be in a position that I couldn't fully support my clients? So that's the reason why I sort of made my mind right from day one that I would continue with full regulation, full training, and to make sure that I could continue giving the support that I had given to my clients in the past.
Do you feel that you can give more advice to your clients as an AFA as opposed to what you could do with them if you'd stayed as only a registered financial advisor previously?
Yeah, definitely so. Obviously, we've got more disclosure with the primary and secondary. We've also got our scope of engagements, but probably the foremost one is the amount of work around the statement of advice, and that is an area that I think a lot of RFAs aren't sort of probably fully mindful of what they need to achieve in that statement of advice, making sure they've got a written statement of advice and the depth involved in that. And I find that's very time consuming, and unfortunately, unlike insurances and investments, you've got more time restraints in the mortgages. So, people have got condition dates and things like that, so there's a lot more emphasis going on meeting timelines and things like that. So the amount of paperwork behind that can cause a lot more stress.
Now that it takes longer to do a loan because of all the work that you are required to do as being an authorised financial advisor, does it mean the volume or the amount of loans that you can write has reduced compared to being an RFA?
Yes, I would say if I look in the past, definitely, because there's a lot more. I guess I've got a lot more expense now. I've got extra staff to help cover some of that extra workload, so that I can continue with the level of inquiries that I'm getting. I think there's a lot more extra expense involved that I probably underestimated right at the beginning, just to keep on top of the regulation side of things.
You did a level 5 in financial services. Where did you do it and how did you find it?
Well, I did it by correspondence through the Open Polytech. I found it quite easy personally. It's more of a time factor, actually having to put the effort in and make sure you're committed to get it finished. I didn't find the exams or the tests or anything like that if you do the work correctly. Providing the 3 client files, it was just a case of making sure you had all your I's dotted and T's crossed. What it did do for me, Phil, was actually relook at my whole business and how I process things and make sure that from a client point of view, or more importantly, protecting myself, it made me look at my whole business review. So it was a good opportunity at the same time.
What's your view on the FAA review? Should all mortgage advisors have to step up to the AFA level?
Yeah, hey, look, I've always believed that from day one personally. I believe the risk for a consumer in mortgage advice is really no different than insurance or investments. If you get the wrong advice, it can cost you, whether it be break costs or whatever. And I think out of respect for any first home buyer, they should be getting the right advice, and those people need to be trained. So I fully believe that everybody should be on the same level, and obviously you can give out advice in the areas that you're qualified in. So if you're a mortgage advisor, you do the mortgage. If you're mortgage and insurance, you do both. If you can do all 3, well, best of luck to you. But you need to do all the qualifications.
Thank you, Paul. That was Paul Fuller from the Mortgage Room in Blenheim.